It's time for retreat talk, y'all. Woo! Let's do this! Finally! Hi, my name is Maggie, aka KitschyWips, here on Flosstube sometimes, and on Instagram a little more often. Pause for a cough. It has been a journey. The first annual Queen City Stitch Retreat here in Charlotte, North Carolina, hosted by myself and Amy Fiberart. Amy was 3 years ago. That's what it feels like, because I'm just now getting back on Flosstube. And if I could just be real for a moment, y'all, I have been struggling. My friend turns 50 this year, my bestie platonic life partner, and she wanted to go on a cruise. Yay. Yeah, okay. About 2 weeks before retreat, I go on a week-long cruise. I come home and I've got a week till retreat, and then we have retreat, and then I got sick. This is the tail end of all of that. And on top of this, I have a 3-year-old who is a 3-year-old. Woof. Not as much fun as it used to be. Also, my stitching has just been bad. Like, I don't even know the word for it. I just feel like everything I touch has a mistake. I mess it up. I'm super excited. So I start it or I stitch it, and then I realize I've made a mistake. It's just been very discouraging, I guess. I can only assume that's a culmination of the cruise and the work and the retreat and the sick and the kid. Like, it's got to be a culmination of everything, because I cannot be this stupid. I cannot be this bad at stitching. I just can't, y'all. I'd get something in the Q-snap. Why not? I'd get something in the Q-snap and I would almost immediately screw it up. I have wanted to just frisbee so many things on the Q-snap and just let it lay in my yard and let nature take it. Take it away from my talentless hands. Like, that is literally how I have felt ever since retreat. I guess retreat was my top, and it's just downhill from here. Where do we even start with this? I don't know. I'm going to be all over the place. I'm going to forget so many names. I hate that, because everyone was so lovely to Amy and I, and so gracious and so generous. We were completely just overwhelmed in a good way we're overwhelmed by the community. The community that was with us in the room and the community that couldn't be there with us in the room. That was my takeaway from the weekend, was community. The whole weekend we just kept looking at each other and saying, can you believe this is happening? People showed up. They not only signed up, they then came down here and spent the weekend with us. And we just kept looking at each other like, okay, this is awesome. I want to do this again so bad. It was so much fun. We got the very great pleasure and honor of hosting Nora Corbett, the designer, artist, creator of Mirabilia and the Nora Corbett line. We got extremely lucky that she was into it, and she could not have been more gracious or generous. She was just as gracious and generous at the retreat as everybody else was. We had a couple of things on the schedule that we had to have her there for that we could not do without her. But otherwise, we were like, just walk around, like, come, go, take breaks, sit with people. And that's exactly what she did. She brought in her sketchbook, left it out the whole weekend for everyone to flip through. Nora Corbett was an absolute pleasure. It was just really cool because, of course, we were starstruck. We got along really well. And the best part is every once in a while, you know, I'd pass her and I'd be like, hey, Nora Corbett. And she might say something like, oh, let me show you this. Come here, walk with me. Okay, Nora Corbett, I will absolutely walk with you because we are now friends. And that is what friends do. Oh, y'all, I legit said Nora Corbett in front of her. I called her Corbett. Like, I for real did that to Nora Corbett's beautiful face. Somebody gave us the idea to have Nora sign our smaller banner and then put the year on it so that every year the guest artist or guest designer can sign it. Well, I am all about stuff like that. I love stuff like that. That made me extremely happy. We had Nora sign it, and that's just something really cool. We had a meet and greet where people could talk to Nora for a couple of minutes and have some things signed or take a selfie. I got her to sign my retreat pattern that she very generously created for us and our attendees. I also got her to sign my copy of Renaissance Mermaid. It says, next time, call for coffee. Said, you know, Amy, Maggie, if you guys want to hang out with me, you could have just called me for coffee. Then what did we do this whole weekend for? Speaking of the retreat pattern, and this was after we'd kind of started planning and, you know, was talking to and getting to know Nora, that Amy was like, wouldn't it be cool if she designed something for us for the retreat? We let some time go by so we're not constantly asking her for things. Like, you know what? We're just going to ask her. If she says no, she says no. Because our thought, obviously, was that we would kit it up for the attendees and that would be part of their gift bag. So I'm getting ready. I'm like psyching myself up mentally, like for a rejection, but also maybe for a nice surprise. Mentally, in my Instagram DMs going, okay, Maggie, here we go. We're going to ask Nora Corbett for a pattern. We can do it. Eye of the tiger. I am brave. I am bold. And then there was a message from Nora going, hey, would you guys want me to design a little something? Hell yeah! What a great idea, Nora Corbett. Maybe the word for the retreat should not be community. It should be lucky. She just gave and gave and gave. It could not have gone off better from Amy and my perspectives in terms of what we wanted to achieve with this specific year, with this first year. It wasn't only the first year for the Queen City Stitch Retreat. It was also the 30th anniversary of Mirabilia, which was a big deal. To us, it felt like an opportunity to celebrate not only the community, but to also give the community access to an artist that has been around a very long time and has a very extensive library of work. For Amy and I, you know, that's how we met. I started messaging Amy about Mirabilia. I started her because I was chatting Amy up. I was sliding into her DMs. Oh, I've got Renaissance Mermaid kitted. And Amy's like, I'll start it like right this second. Okay. And that's how we became friends. For us, it was a no-brainer to do a Mirabilia retreat. And the fact that we were able to experience our first retreat as organizers, our first retreat with people that we desperately wanted to meet and spend time with, and then to not only be in a room full of stitchers that get it. Have you seen the brag table video that I posted? Insane. We had to keep adding brag tables. And the amount of talent in this one room was sincerely mind-blowing. And wow, these attendees showed up. Quite frankly, some of them were so beautiful, like physically, that I was like, can you not stand so close to me? I don't think I'm secure enough in myself to stand so close to you. I honestly just wanted to fold everybody up and put them in my pocket. Amy and I tried to foster an environment where people felt included. We had some latecomers and somebody would say, hey, you know, I just got here. Do you know where there's a spot? Me being me, I would just get on the microphone and say, hello, anybody who needs a new best friend? I need a seat. Where's a seat? And immediately more than one table would pop up and be like, we have a seat. Come sit with us. That was what we wanted to have happen because we knew that there were old school Mirras stitchers that had been around since the beginning. There were people that had just started stitching Mirras. We knew there were people that had never stitched a Mirra, and we made it very clear at registration and throughout, you don't have to have this huge collection of memorabilia and stitches and fit. We don't care if you want to be there. We want to have you there. It was amazing. And that leads me to another thing that I really liked that we did. It was a spur of the moment thing that we started doing throughout the weekend. I'm so glad we did it. And we're definitely doing this from now on. And that was the finishing bell. So a lot of retreats, if you've not been to them, a lot of them will have some sort of bell or clapper or horn or whatever. And it's for if you finish something while you're at the retreat, you go up and ring the bell, and then that way everybody can clap for you. And then it's just another community building thing, right? You're happy when someone finishes. You're happy when someone's happy you're finished, what have you. So the first thing is Amy forgot the bell in Pennsylvania because of course I wanted to go with like an air horn, like a like burr, 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 burr. She very intelligently said, don't do that. I recruited Allie Z as Crafty to go shopping with me when she came down. All we could find was a cowbell and then like one of those ding, 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 like at a hotel, bing, bang kind of bells. But it was effective and they both worked, and then you got your choice of bell. But that's not the part that I want to add. I'm getting derailed by the bells. The bells, the bells. What is that from? Isn't there a poem where like bells are haunting somebody? Like the bells, bells. I think I'm making stuff up. Is it Poe? Anyway. The bells are for anything you want to celebrate. Did you finish something at the retreat? Ring the bell. Did you finish beading a difficult part? Ring the bell. Did you start something new? Ring the damn bell. Life is too short to not celebrate the small things. And don't get me wrong, finishing's great. At least for me, you guys know, I guess I'm more of a process stitcher. It's just about the stitching versus like, I'm gonna sit down and finish this. I love finishes and I get a boost from finishes. But you know what? My daughter got a kitten and it was trying to climb my leg like a tree. Sometimes I get just as much joy out of frogging something that took me forever. Figuring out where to start the back stitch. Somebody rang the bell because they started a chatelaine. Go ring the bell. Like, that counts. So anytime, these poor people, if you came up to me and said that you had achieved something, I was making them ring the bell. Ring the bell. Sometimes the mere act of starting, particularly a project that you're intimidated by or not sure of, is just as much reason to ring a bell as finishing. And we really wanted to celebrate the big achievements and the little steps along the way. And also, it gave people a chance to be more involved with the group as a whole, because how many people are able to ring a finishing bell at a retreat weekend? We wanted people to feel as included as possible, and that was one of the ways that we accidentally discovered a way to do that. It's not just a finishing bell, it's a whatever the hell you got done bell. We want to celebrate it. We want to clap for you. Go ring it. Which bell? Both bells. I don't care. Just ring it loud. The other thing that we did that I really liked was the photo booth. And it's called a booth. They don't do booths anymore if you're old like I am. You could print out these awesome little film strips, and boy, we had some fun with this. This is me and Allie. See if that'll work. Allie Z is crafting Alma the Tattooed Reading Owl. As you can see, we decided to be classy. The one thing I regret the most about my time at Stitch New Jersey was that I didn't get a group picture with my table. Like, I ended up adoring the people I was sitting with at Stitch New Jersey, and I have 0 pictures. That was a 0. You know what a 0 is. Focus. but I had no pictures with any of them. And I hate that. We made an announcement. Listen, grab the table numbers off of your tables, take it with you into the photo booth, and get those group shots because you're going to want that. Hopefully. And boy, howdy. Look at these ladies that like I have claimed and that I love so much. You know who surprised me was Catherine here, the Needleberry Stitcher. I hope you're watching her. She stitches all sorts of stuff. She is hilarious. She is so funny. I had the absolute best time with her, like ever. In fact, there's a picture of her and Julie, who it's my favorite picture from the whole retreat, and I'm not even in it, and I don't care. This is Ashley stitching Shorty, and I want to point her out because she created our logos. I got the honor of sitting beside her at retreat. She sat there, and she just quietly stitched and let me talk at her. I was not expecting the amount of love that I received. I really wasn't. And I don't mean that in a bad way, like I expected people to be mean to me. I thought, okay, you know, they're coming to the retreat and they've paid to be here and they're going to stitch and have fun. And our job is to make sure that goes as smoothly as possible for them and that everybody is having a good time. And if not, to try to fix that for them. Instead, what happened was Amy and I walked in the room and everybody was taking care of us. It was, I can't even describe it. Everybody, again, community. Ashley, aka Stitching Shorty, who made our logos because she's so creative and talented and mind-blowingly gorgeous. She says, I have a gift for you. And I open it up. If you've seen A Christmas Story, the movie, then you know, you're going to understand when I say that what she gave me was the Red Ryder BB gun of presents for me. Y'all know that wizards come into my life. I love that because I had people come up to me with wizard patterns. Oh, y'all, I'm going to do a whole wizard Flosstube video. I'm going to do it. I'm just rambling, and this is what Ashley gave me. Do you see what this is? This is Dimensions Gold Collection Scarlet Mother Effin' Wizard. I blacked out for a couple of seconds. Part of my love for wizards, it's specifically really, well, not only because I love Lord of the Rings, but the wizard cross stitches that there's a kitten that I have found. Her name's Diane. The wizards that I found have so much personality and they are hilarious and they're all so kitschy. This one was my Red Ryder BB gun of wizards, and I'll tell you why. Look at this obnoxious display of candles. So first of all, the pattern is cool as all get out. Look at this smoky, like, magic dragon made of magic. Look at how they did this, like the lights and the magic from the candles. His book, the majestic beard with like the curls. Look at this. But y'all know I gotta have a kitsch thrown in there. I love my kitsch, and the kitsch is this. This looks like a 1980s power ballad music video. It's like, look at all of the candles lit. I would do anything for stitching, but I won't do that. I want to cry just looking at it, quite frankly. I honestly could do that every weekend. I don't mean like get presents every weekend. If you are brave enough and there is a retreat close by to where you are that you are able to go to, please go. Take a chance. Icebreakers at a cross-stitch retreat is the easiest thing ever, because all you have to do is walk up to someone and ask what they're working on. That's it. One question. And that one question will evolve into 5 questions, and now you're having a conversation. Doesn't mean you're necessarily going to be best friends with that person, but you've taken a step, and that will give you confidence to take another and another and another. Let's talk retreat business things. I don't know. The way we decided to do our gift bags and the welcome packet and all that, I don't know if it'll stay the same for next year, but it worked this year. We didn't want to have to sit outside of a room and like check people in and spend time doing that. We just put all of the gift bags in a chair. So there was a bag at every spot. And there was also the welcome packet and the pattern that Nora designed for us that we printed out for everyone. This pattern will be available on our website soon. It will be free because this was a gift from Nora to us. So we're not charging on the back end. I'll show you what I did. This is how I got it finished. When she came back with this sketch, Amy and I just died. Like we just passed out. We were like, what? This is for us? Look at how sweet she is. I kept telling them, she's like a confection. Like that, she's sweet and cute and oh my gosh, she's perfect. I stitched her on 28 count pink ribbon linen by Grace Notes Fabrics. This is a real needle. Nora's vision was that she could be holding a real needle. We put a needle in the bag that I had treated with a clear coat so that it won't rust on the, hopefully rust on the fabric, you know, things like that. And then I forgot to tell people that that was not a stitching needle. So if you were there and you've got one of these, it's to go on the project if you want to. You could just back stitch the needle. Please don't try to stitch with that. It's covered in stuff and like it won't be nice for you to stitch with. And I apologize that I did not tell you that sooner. We had our retreat packet. This basically had the schedule, what was in the gift bag, the area restaurants. We also included some freebie Mirabilia patterns that are available on the Mirabilia website. We had a list of our 2023 donors. Look at this list. Amy and I tried to be really intentional with asking companies and designers and people for donations. We didn't feel comfortable asking someone for free stuff if we weren't already patrons of that business, if that makes sense. What is this little kitty? Isn't she sweet? She's a little menace. We included some free raffle tickets. There was also the option to purchase additional tickets. This year we were very lucky that we had enough giveaways to give everybody in the room at least one thing. Then we set up some raffle tables and you could put these tickets in any of those boxes for any of those prizes. You also had the options to buy tickets. We just did like $1 a ticket essentially. 100% of those proceeds went to the Charlotte Mecklenburg Animal Care and Control Department, an organization that I personally have worked with and adopted from. They're building new kennels. They're running out of space. They're always underfunded. They're always in a bad spot. Again, community showed up and we raised over $5,000 in 2.5 days. I was flabbergasted. Thank you so much to everyone that donated. It's just amazing. Everyone got this huge Queen City Stitch Retreat tote bag. Krynick, he sent enough of these packets for everybody to get one, and they included a number 4 braid, which I felt was super thoughtful because that is what Mirabilia's use as number 4. And it also came with this color chart of their threads, which I just love. That is very helpful for me. Witchell very nicely sent us a pack of cards for everyone and some random beads. The cards basically just look like the pattern pictures on the patterns of the Mirras, but that was very cool of them to do. These would be great for scrapbooks, and you know, if you do retreat journals, that would be cool. And then they even put our logo on it. We felt very fancy. Got everyone a cup. Now, I don't know if you knew this, but I'm not good with numbers and math. So first of all, I wanted something sparkly. And then I found it. And then they were like, well, what size? Oh, and I also got glitter straws because, you know, I got to be extra, y'all. So we got our logo put on it. And then they're like, well, what size do you want? And I'm like, I don't know, ounces, like what? And then I saw that they had a 30 ounce. Oh, that should be good. Like 20 ounce, that just sounds small. Look at the size of these cups. Next year, the cups will not be this big, and I am sorry. I wish y'all could have seen it. I live in a very small house. FedEx pulled up to my door, and I was behind them because I was happening to come home at the same time they showed up. There was like about 10 boxes of cups, just cups. And there was barely any packing material in these boxes, 10 boxes that I had to fit my little 900 square foot house. The other thing that I meant to emphasize at retreat that I regret so badly are these Notion bags. Everybody got a Notions bag. My personal friend Mary, who is not, she does cross stitch, but very sporadically. She's more of a knitter and a sewer. She made us 150 of these in record time. I don't know if it really translates on camera, but these are nice. She very sweetly did this just because she loves me. And so I don't know. If you got one of these little Notions bags at the retreat, my friend Mary made them. So I hope you like them. We also included all of the specialty threads needed for the retreat pattern, the water lilies, the Krynic, and all of the beads. We included the needle that is supposed to go on the pattern. On the project, everyone got a little pair of fun scissors. Got a waxer from Oak Crown Studios. That's Amy's business. She made those with her daughter. And then everyone got a needle minder with our logo on it. And hopefully, I hope everybody's been having a good time with these needle minders. They're very strong magnets. The reason we chose the straight edge rectangle magnets is because I personally like to use these on my pattern. I'm a paper pattern stitcher. I use it to mark my place in the pattern. We had so much fun shopping for that stuff and putting it together and picking the colors, and it was just really cool. We had 2 vendors this year. One was Grace Notes Fabrics. One of the perks for the attendees was a retreat exclusive colorway, which they called Nora. We actually got up with Nora to ask her what color she was feeling lately. And then Corinne designed a exclusive piece or exclusive colorway for us. And that was awesome. So attendees were able to pre-order that before the retreat and get their own exclusive piece of Nora fabric. We also very luckily had Sheba Designs, Melissa there to sell her handmade Notions and project bags. She's out of Canada. I will put links to both of these vendors down below their shops so that you can go visit them. She made exclusive project bags for attendees that they could pre-order. You could choose from 2 colorways, and she nailed it. We told her that we weren't super picky about what fabric she chose, but we would like the feeling of Nora. And this is what she picked. And honestly, she could not have done any better. And look, there's a little label that says Queen City Stitch Retreat 2023. I'm just dying. So of course I got one of each. She had different styles of bags, but she picked this fabric. And it could not have been more perfect for hosting Nora Corbett for the weekend. One thing that really, really stood out to me and lit my brain on fire was the amount of mirabilias, big ones, that were stitched on either higher count fabrics, like 3640, or was stitched 1/1 or 2/1 on like a 28 or a 32. Melissa, actually from Sheba Designs, stitched Junebug, my personal favorite of the Nora Corbett's. I mean, look how tiny this thing is compared to mine. I was like, hang it up beside mine. So you can see I've used a 28 count fabric. Look how tiny this is. And she wasn't the only one. So many of the stitchers brought in these projects, and I had never considered stitching on a higher count fabric or stitching over one, it just intrigued me so much. In fact, Melissa and I have started a Facebook group called Mini Mirras. So if you are intrigued by this idea, or if you already do it and you want to get with a group, anything Mirabilia or from the Nora Corbett lines is fair game. Please join the group. But y'all, I've started. And guess what? I'm doing a restart. I'm going to do the Baker's Wife and the Duchess of Rouen over one. They're going to be on the same fabric, but cut apart. Like, I'm not going to have them on the same piece. It's the same piece, but you get it. You're smart. I also decided that the Baker's Wife and the Duchess, I think, are my two favorite Mirras. Here is my start. And it's super teeny because I'm doing it all over one over one. I did start with 2 over 1, but it was too bulky. This is the fabric that I'm using. It's pretty orangey. She actually has quite a bit of orange, and the Duchess is kind of the same way. So I think it's gonna look pretty good. This fabric is Talia from Grace Notes Fabrics. It was one of their fabrics of the month. So a lot came out of retreat weekend. Mini Mirras. Amy and I ordered these giant obnoxious cups for ourselves, and we got one for Nora. So she's got one of these giant cups. Somebody said that like we should raffle one of these next year. I'm game to do that. I didn't think anybody would really care, but they are really nice. Oh, somebody was walking around gave me this little, it's still on my straw. Speaking of cool stuff, look at this. Look at it. Look at it. This was made by Patty, Peppermint Cottage. She made so many of these. Look at, somebody gave me this needle holder. Woman named Holly was there, and her daughter makes little metal bracelets that she sells in boutiques, and she offered to make these for anyone that wanted to buy one, and it says Queen City Stitchers 2023. Yeah, I want one. Memphis Sarah E was there. Oh man, I love Sarah. Y'all watch her, right? She's incredible. She gave me these scissors. The most beautiful scissors in all the land. She said, look, I made this. And there's my initial M. And there's a wizard hat on here. Not just any wizard hat. It's Mother effing Gandalf. The wizards find me, y'all. And my friends just pay attention. These are like treasures. Somebody made these bags and was giving them out. This is Charlotte. She's a Mirabilia. She was our official and unofficial Sal. For anyone that wanted to start her. We took a group picture. I'll put that in. And some people were asking, oh, you know, I didn't get a chance to start her, but I bought the pattern. And I said, get in the group picture. One stitch, a finish, a whip. You just bought the pattern. You match the pattern with fabric. We want you in the group picture. But look at, oh my gosh, treasures. I love this pattern, y'all. And this was a gift. And I was so shocked. Look at this. Is this not like the meest pattern you've ever seen? And it's clever, better believe it. There's still so much I could tell you guys, but to top it off, I get handed this. Congrats, you rock. First of all, duh. This is not just any card. They got every single person to sign this card. Amy got one, and I got my own. What? I don't know what to say to this, quite frankly. No words. Everybody wanted to be there. And everybody shared their talents, their time, their stuff, their energy with us, just pouring over. It was a great weekend. And now we get to start planning 2024. I'm excited. I'm ready to go right now. Amy and I don't really want to grow in terms of the numbers. We like the numbers where we are. We want everybody to have access to the artist or designer that we're hosting for the year. And we feel like if we add more people, you wouldn't get that same feeling. I mean, we're still a lot of people. 144 seats is a lot of people. We just want to keep it where it is to keep that community feeling. And so that people feel like they do get to spend some time with one of their favorite artists or designers. The weekend's going to change. Next year, it's going to be the weekend of the 17th through the 19th. My birthday's on the 20th, so from now on, we're just going to have it on my birthday weekend. There was another retreat in South Carolina that was the first weekend in October, and they always do the first weekend in October, and we don't want to conflict with that. We want to make sure that people are able to go to all the retreats they're able to go to, so we just switched ours to that weekend in October going forward. 2024 is going to be a rager. Party. So get ready for that. And I hope you'll want to come. Please come. Please come back. I think we did it, y'all. Did you miss me? Look at my mess. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I love spending time with you. And I appreciate all of you. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you would like to. I would love to know, what is your favorite thing about going to retreats? Have you been to a retreat? And if you have, what was it that you liked? Was it the stitching, the people? What was it? All right, I gotta go. Bye.
Thank you, Cottage.